Hi, this is Majinoni, and I thought I'd do a manga review for Monster Hunter Origin, since there's only 4 volumes and I finished all the volumes. I've actually finished it a long time ago, but I've been so busy with things, and I think things are about to get crazy. So I thought I'd better do this thing now before it just gets pushed farther back. Now, for those of you who don't know, Hiro is also the creator for Fairy Tail, so a lot of the art style is very similar between the two books. Now, part of me is kind of disappointed and relieved that it's 4 volumes. And I'll explain that in a second. Basically, what we have here is, this is basically just, I guess you can say, a book just to promote the video game Monster Hunter. And it gives you a taste of what the game is kind of like, in the sense of, you have the monster hunters and they go fight and kill monsters. They use their I guess you could say, like, their scales and other things like that for, to upgrade themselves. They bring back stuff for, to sell. And it's like this endless quest of killing monsters. And with this story here, all it really is just, it gives you a taste of what you can expect, but it leaves you wanting more. Here's the main characters here. Now, I'll go into the characters, and then this will give you a little bit better idea of where I'm going with this. Now, what you have here is a very generic cast. Like, for example, Shiki, he's your typical hero type person. He's very good, and he's a go-getter. He's very positive. He's very, like, let's be friends. Let's fight, and let's do the right thing. And I'm on my very manly quest type thing. Along the way, you have what I'm just going to call, actually, the best thing to describe this as is Goku and Vegeta. Krillon basically is the Vegeta character. He doesn't like Shiki. Shiki doesn't seem to understand that they shouldn't, like, there's this animosity, and he's like, let's just be friends and let's team up because, we can beat bigger monsters. But Krillon, he's got his own agenda thing going. Then you have the 2 sidekick girls, and the best way I can describe these 2 girls are basically, like, for example, Robin and Nami. They're there, they provide backup, but they really don't do much, at least for right now. Now, out of these 2 girls, the one thing I will say, and I am a little, this is where it kind of got me, where it's like I want more, is Jeskar. Basically, what she has this really interesting background where, on her early stages of getting her Monster Hunter license, she was partnered with some friends, and these people started to do poaching. And she thought that was the wrong thing to do, but she basically gets wrapped up into their scheme and gets punished by it. And because of that, that basically sets her prejudice against working in groups. And Shiki is working really hard with her to get her out of that shell, but he doesn't, at the time, he doesn't understand what's going on. And I think with that, I thought was a really interesting idea to give a supporting character. I mean, there's such great depth to that kind of a story where you can go in a number of different directions, and over time, through these 4 volumes, she started to basically warm up to the idea of working together, because she realizes that he's nothing like her friends, who basically betrayed, like, became poachers. Now, that being said, they basically set aside, like, a nice little villain who's like a weapon collector, and he's looking for, he basically was setting up fake illegal tournaments to gather weapons, and because he's looking for a specific weapon, and they were setting the stage for something big later. And that was another thing I was really disappointed that we didn't get to see. Now, while this is going to be your typical shonen type story, the one thing that I really did like is the monsters. The monsters were very cool, and they were big in a lot of cases. The fights were really spectacular. There's a picture there, and I can see some of this influence that was in Fairy Tail. If you knew that, or saw in Fairy Tail, they were fighting dragons, type thing. And it was just like when I was reading it, I was just like, I want more. I want more. I don't care if this is like a simple battle, like a shonen style battle book. I want more because it was different. It was slightly different because they're fighting gigantic creatures. And I don't know how many people have played Monster Hunter or looked at the Monster Hunter videos where they have the where they show all the different monsters and then it's basically a size comparison chart. Amazing. The monsters are so cool. And there's like, I don't know if you guys also know, but there's like action figures that you can buy for the monsters that come in those capsule boxes, and they have dragons that you can buy, and they're just, the character designer, the creature designers are just phenomenal, and it pains me that this game only comes out on the PSP and nobody buys it in the United States, because this is like, I just don't understand why people don't buy this, because this is just fantastic. And it's a shame. It really is a shame because of that. I can only hope that this thing will eventually come out for the PS3 or the next-gen systems, and then we get a real good solid game where everybody starts playing. But that aside, the way the manga ends is basically they just have one more final hump to cross. Once they cross it, then it's like, let's go on to the next adventure, and then you're like, oh, come on, give me more. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad just because I don't have that much space, and I don't know what I'd do if this thing was a 80-volume manga. On the other hand, I feel cheated because by issue 4, I started to get wrapped up into the characters. I wanted to see Shiki complete his quest, and you know, we're never going to see that now. But overall, though, it's an enjoyable series if you're looking for something that's short, quick, easy. Monster Hunter is it. Anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down, let me know what you think. I'm very curious to know how many people out there do play Monster Hunter. I have it on the PSP. I played it a little bit, and then I got sidetracked, and now I feel guilty because I didn't finish it. But I kind of want to play it again, but unfortunately there's not too many people here that play it. So I can't go on the big Monster Hunt quest because I don't have enough people for support. But anyways, let me know what you think about Monster Hunter, and until next time.